Hey guys, Airliner here. I am down at the Apple store in downtown Portland. Uh, as you can see, there are boards up and artwork along the outer perimeter. And the reason, if the reason, if you don't know, or if you're wondering why, is the store was open about. Okay, sorry. All right, so after I made a stop by the store was then, if you know, the store was then looted and badly damaged on the inside. It's pretty upsetting. It's actually my favorite Apple store. So hopefully they can repair the glass and get this place back open very soon. But everything on the inside of the store was completely taken out, and we're gonna go show you some of the damage done. Sorry, show you some of the damage done to the store. I have a video up. It's gonna be dropping later in the afternoon that will show you the immediate aftermath of the store. But I'll show you what you can see now. Uh, these are one of the badly, one, two, three, four. So these four panels here. Uh, these four panels are the badly damaged ones. One of the two panels here has a gash in it from someone trying to go after it. But now they have boards up at the store. The granite here now has a covering on this side, on both sides of the store, however. So this was also spray painted, and they covered it up. It doesn't seem like Apple is doing anything to repair the store as of now. So this store was the only store in Oregon that was open uh, after trying to reopen after the pandemic. The other two locations at Bridgeport Village and Washington Square are still closed. So, yep, there's that. So as you can see, they've come and done their little art pieces on here. I know, RIP Apple. Other Apple stores were hit and looted around the country. And my question is, what did Apple ever do to black people? Like, I was on board for the protests and everything, but then then they hit the Apple store, then they hit more Apple stores, and it's just like you have to ask yourself, what did Apple do? What has Apple done to the black community? And you can't really say what they've done because they did absolutely fucking nothing. In fact, Apple being one of the most inclusive companies out there I mean, Apple's just inclusive. They pride themselves on their diversity, and this is the thanks that they get. Other damage to the store, on the inside, the Apple TV Avenue and the Apple Arcade, all the iPads on the inside that were used to be part of that display are now gone. All the products that were on the tables here, again, you can't see because it's all boarded up, but just imagine there is a table here, a table here. There's about four tables here that go to the door, and then there's four tables on the inside, on the other side near the wall. All the products there are gone. They were able to get away with a Mac Pro. Mac Pro is about 7 pounds, and they got They have two Mac Pros here in the store, and two Pro Display XDRs that are also in the store. One of the displays, along with the Mac Pro, was taken, and one of the displays were left on the table. Out these people won't let me stream. So hold on, let me try to reconnect the Wi-Fi here. Okay, that works. Okay. Okay, so there were, let's see, since the Apple logo is here, so the doors of the store are right about here. Off to the side, the first column, there are going to be 2 iPhone tables here. On the other side is going to be, on the first table will be an iPad table. On the second, on the back will be a Mac Pro table along with other MacBooks. And then the Beats and the Apple Arcade station, along with the Apple TV Avenue, was also decimated on the inside. The doors also suffered, well, that's how they got into the store. The doors suffered damage. I'll have to show you the pictures later, but the 2 doors were damaged. The panel on the side of the door here, so if the boards weren't here, the panel on the door, the panel here and the panel on this side of the door, both were damaged. This one had 2 holes put into it. They took a hammer, went to town on it. All the windows here are layered, so the only way into the store was through the doors. None of the holes that were made that night, especially on this panel and the panel over there, along with a huge gash they put into the windows down there, they never got into the windows. But this is the out, yeah. I mean, and then after Apple came and put the boards up, they came and did their little art. As you can see, put the names of the recent people. You know what I wish they did? I wonder, they didn't put David Dorn up here, or, the 18 people that were murdered in Chicago, the 18 black people that were murdered in Chicago this past weekend, not this past weekend, since the protests and the riots began. There's also been the murders of other former and current law enforcement personnel, along with Breonna Taylor. But except for Breonna Taylor, there are other people that they are not naming. They're not saying their names, so it's like, yeah, this is right here. Check out the store. This is just the store here. And then if you want to see the mall where the rest of the damage and looting occurred, they've also went over here and they did some art on the panels on the walls of across, but there's a train coming, so wait for the train to go. People come out here and take pictures of just panels on the other side of at the Louis Vuitton store. I'm just waiting for the train to move. You know, while the train sits there, let's go back to the store here and just check it out. One of the other things that was damaged on the inside of the store, if you don't know or if you don't frequently visit your Apple store, newer Apple stores or bigger flagship locations like this, they now have a huge 5K or 8K depending on their location. The bigger stores have a big 8K display that is usually span across the back here. Here at this store, it's usually at the back. So Apple had recently put in a 8K display into the back of the store. That was also damaged, and so they're gonna have to repair and probably replace that entire panel. And I've heard that panel goes up to upwards of at least $1 million to have that, to buy it and reinstall and everything. So, and also things that you don't know about the devices that were taken from the store, they were disabled the moment that they left the store. And people tend to not know that. I mean, I've always wondered what happens to devices. I've always heard that Apple does disable devices the moment they leave the store, but there was online examples of what happens to the devices the moment they leave the store. And so all the devices that were on the tables, floor models, iPads, iPods, iPhones, Macs, Mac Pros, they're all disabled. So yeah. All right, so the trains moved. Let's turn around, show you some of the art piece on the other side of the street. Now Louis Vuitton got hit. They broke in the windows. There was 2 panels right here, display panels right here. They gained entry one way through the windows here, and you would see videos of people climbing out of the windows while they were looting all their purses. And then go over here. H&M was also damaged and looted. Tiffany and Co. They were not hit. There was actually nothing for them to take because every night Tiffany takes her products out of the windows, out of the view of the doors and everything. And since this happened just as we were reopening from the pandemic, their products weren't all out on the tables and in the displays just yet. And they also have huge steel doors in the front. Let me see if I can, you'll see in the video later I'll post, but they have huge steel doors that just prevents anyone from getting through. And then we're gonna go show over here another art piece with George Floyd on it. And I'm gonna go over here. Your store can be replaced, a life can't. Okay. You'll frequently see a lot of these posters around. Love the peaceful protest plywood. Now, just around the corner is the Justice Center. Protest happening over there. People are upset out here. People being upset. Louis Vuitton. Yeah, it's a Louis Vuitton. No, some of the graffiti is pretty good. Like, especially that piece over there. I really like that piece. The art done, how the art was done. This BLM right here was really nicely done. Like, some of the artwork's not that bad. Okay, sorry about that. Well, I just wanted to show you guys the current state of the Apple Store. I'll be dropping a video later on today, which will show you what I saw the morning after the riots, the first day of the riots, and that will show you the extent and the damage done to both the Apple Store and Louis Vuitton, along with some other stores down Yamhill here. I'm gonna head home now because protests have been happening downtown about daily every evening. Kind of makes it a bit unsafe to be down here. So thanks for tuning in for this really short stream, and I'll see you guys later.